What is going on, everybody? We are back with another wrestling review. This is CCW, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
And we're talking about the Monday Night Raw from Austin 316 Day.
Yes.
Listen, you want to know why Austin's the greatest wrestler to have ever lived? He's the only one that has his own day. All right. I'm kidding. He's not my favorite. I do like him.
Uh, I'm going to start the petition for Rey Mysterio to get 619 day then. So somebody else has a date involved in their career.
Right. At least 619 would be in the middle of summer. That'd be nice.
I know. It's a few days from my birthday. I can get down with that.
Instead of it being all fucking cold like it is today.
Boy, I came back from Hawaii to see snow. Fun stuff there.
So Raw, listen, before we get into this, I think overall was a pretty decent show. All things considered.
I agree. I think it was their best TV show they've put out in quite a while.
But it was really hard after watching not even a full day removed from Revolution last night. And
it's not fair to judge them.
No, because they're two completely
by each other. Because one's a pay-per-view, one's a TV.
Well, and they're completely different products.
You can say that again.
One feels like a wrestling show, and one feels like a soap opera. So,
not wrong. Especially with that ending angle we'll be talking about.
Oh, dude, you guys, listen. You probably know by the name I've already come up with in my head for the title of this video. That I hated that, dude. It was so bad. There was like one good line in the entire thing.
I didn't hate it.
No. This is like a top 5 worst Punk promo of all time for me. I fucking hated it.
He didn't say enough for it to even be a promo.
Oh, I'm not going to bitch now. We got time for that. But there will be some bitching.
And I will be a Punk apologizer, apparently.
So,
what's new?
We start off Raw with the Masked Guy Shuffle. And then Seth Rollins slides in. And he takes off his mask. And he's like, look, if you stand next to Paul Heyman, you're marked for death. And, I created the Vision and I'll destroy it. At which point, Heyman comes out looking surprisingly disheveled. Really good makeup job. I'll give him props. Like, he looked like he's selling the getting fucked up part of everything. Crowd starts chanting "Fuck you, Heyman." I don't know. WWE blurs out their crowd because they hate their fans. So,
yeah, and they're on Netflix, so it makes no sense. It's not like they have to adhere to.
Well, apparently, Netflix during their ads was blurring out Cody's face from his getting beat down on SmackDown.
Well, I mean, I guess their stuff is still rated certain things because it is a kid-safe product. So maybe they still do that just to appease their many advertisers.
Heyman starts to say some things, and then at the end of it, he starts saying FAFO over and over again, and then he finally says FAF5 because he thinks he's creative. Gail, shut up. So, Lesnar's music hits. You can see as Lesnar gets ringside, he's visually counting how many people are outside the ring, which had me laughing.
He just smiles like, yeah.
And then he just starts fucking people up. He's German suplexing people. He's overhead belly to bellying people. Shout out for the overhead belly to bellies. I haven't seen him do that in like 10 years. Good job.
Yeah, he was dropping motherfuckers on their head, dude.
Yeah.
That poor guy, the barrier, and then fell on his head.
Yeah, the one he tossed into the barrier. Listen, this is what I look for from Lesnar. Okay, I don't stop just doing F5s and Germans. Overhead some people. Where's those Sambo suplexes you used to do? Like, look. If I have to watch you wrestle against my will, at least make it entertaining. Okay?
You can blame Paul Heyman for that.
Oh, absolutely. I blame Paul Heyman for a lot. So,
as you should.
He screams at another group of people, and they all run. I was really hoping they were going to run into each other because that would have been amazing.
Yeah, especially because Brock was laughing.
Right. So he screams, they run. And he gets in the ring, suplexes the last couple guys, and then him and Seth are face to face. And listen, I had 10 seconds of, I don't want this. I don't want Brock versus Seth at WrestleMania. Like,
I was feeling the exact same way.
This is the one match I absolutely, like, I don't care. Because there's no build, nothing at all. It's just, oh, Heyman's upset, so we're going to bring in Brock to fix my problems.
Seth's like undefeated against him.
But then the lights go out. And listen, I've never been so happy to see somebody slow walk to the ring in my life. Look, I'm tired of seeing it.
March. I hate it.
But I'm glad he came out because I was like, this is who
I'm glad he came out,
needs to face Brock. Like, he's the only person for Brock at Mania that's going to make any sense right now and actually put on a match that might actually be somewhat entertaining.
It'll all depend on what Brock wants to do. If Brock wants to sell for the kid and get the kid over, it'll be good. If Brock doesn't, he will Dean Ambrose this dude.
It depends. How much of that is Brock and how much of that was Vince? Because from my understanding, Brock doesn't care. Brock's there just to make money, and he'll do whatever he's asked of him as long as, like, you know, he's not required to be there too often.
Yes, because Vince McMahon can control the 290-pound man.
No. I'm saying how much of that was Vince not wanting Brock to put anyone over?
There's a little bit of both.
Because I've seen Brock put people over.
Yeah, but it's usually people he likes.
No. His first 10 years when he was actually wrestling, he was putting people over. It had nothing to do with who he liked and who he didn't like.
Well, that was when he wasn't as established. He was Brock Lesnar, but he wasn't Brock.
He never
Lesnar.
Yeah, but he never got to Austin or Hogan levels of conceited.
He was never that big a star.
In fact, it was Austin that didn't want to put fucking Lesnar over.
It's not that he didn't want to put Lesnar over. He just didn't want to put him over with no build. He had no problem losing to him. Austin will even tell you that. Austin's told Lesnar that. It's just they wanted to do it on a random fucking Monday with no build. And he's like, no, fuck that. There's money to be made here. Why the fuck are we doing it on a Monday?
Right. But I was happy to see Oba come out. And then I was even happier to watch him power bomb this man. Easily, by the way. It was
he
popped up power bombed him.
Yeah, he last rode his ass.
And then he stood on his chest and pointed to the WrestleMania sign, and that was that. Now listen, was it a super great fucking moment? No, because, well, okay, listen, I liked most of it. Look, I got to watch Lesnar drop people on their fucking domes.
And he got dropped on his dome.
It was a good time, and
well, it's not like these two are going to build a promo build like the
main
eventers are.
They might, though.
I very seriously doubt it.
So Brock's supposed to be on Raw next week. He's probably, if he doesn't say something, Heyman will.
Brock's going to make a bunch of appearances before now and then.
But Oba can actually cut some fucking promos.
I'm not saying he can. I'm just saying I don't foresee this being, them two going out there and being wordsmiths and hyping up their match.
Look, you're right. But other people apparently can't be wordsmiths either. And we'll get to that later.
It was not that bad.
It was terrible, dude. I would rather gouge my fucking eyes out with fucking glass. Like, it was terrible.
Why would you just not stick something in your ear so you didn't have to hear it?
Because I don't want to see it.
You just blinded yourself and you'd still have to hear it.
You're right. Look, I spoke out my ass on that one. I'm just saying it was bad. So anyways, match 1. Oh, we get 2 luchador matches tonight. Great Raw. Okay, we get 2 of them. The first one.
It was the only 2 matches that were worth anything.
The first one is.
Dude, you say that it was literally. Dude, what the fuck is up with this show now that I'm realizing it? It was 4 dudes with masks wrestled, and then there was 3 women's matches.
About 30.
Holy crap, there's 5 matches on this show.
No, there were 2 women's matches.
What'd I say, 3?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
We had.
Yeah, it was just the two. It was Stephanie and
You might have.
Raquel and.
Yeah, you might have thought remembered the AJ Lee getting jumped thing. Because she had a segment.
Yeah,
She
Nikki was in there for. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I added a whole segment.
But yeah, so we start off with El Grande Americano versus original El Grande Americano. So yeah.
And I'm tired of this already.
I'm not. I love every minute of this, dude.
I need like a stipulation to like elevate this for me.
Oh, we're gonna get one at Mania. It's gonna be mask versus mask.
Versus mask.
Now they haven't
get mask versus mask.
They haven't announced that yet, but we know that's where that's going. And the only person that should win this is El Grande. Like Chad can fuck off with his gimmick at that point. Like, but
Ludwig's over in Mexico.
Right. That's why I said that. He's super over there.
This is predominantly being used. So I agree. I think Chad Gable would have more to do going back to being Chad Gable anyways.
Absolutely. He can go back to shooting people. So.
Well, thank you.
One spot I really liked. So, original El Grande was diving into the ring from the apron, and midair, original Chad reversed it into a Northern Light suplex. Was really smooth how it was done.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tossed him right back out of the ring over the top rope onto his friends. Had a super creative finish here that I really liked. Rayo and Bravo were causing a distraction left and right. And at one point, Bravo slides into the ring and slides the metal piece into El Grande's mask. I'm just thankful that he didn't poke his eye out with how quick it was being done.
Right.
Original El Grande didn't see any of this because he was dealing with Bravo outside of the ring. He jumps up onto the top of the turnbuckle, goes for a diving headbutt, but obviously headbutts the metal piece on the mask, which, by the way, you're not supposed to actually headbutt people into the face.
Yeah, that was the one part of this I didn't like. And it
usually people do it into the chest. I'm just saying. It's a little weird.
then that's the metal piece was.
Oh, I know. But I still like the way it was done because it made me laugh. Because I was like, I don't think I've seen that before. But, so, logically, though, you've got to think Chad was doing the metal gimmick thing first.
Yep.
So you'd have to think that he knew something was afoot.
Doesn't serve the story, man.
Oh, I know. Stupid babyface things.
Boy, they're dumb.
But yeah, he gets knocked out from doing his own, from doing the headbutt, gets pinned. Backstage, Roman gets out of his rise and shows up, and he looks into the camera and he's like, "I should be offended about what Punk said to my dad." Or somebody should be offended. Oh, he was talking about it to his family. That's right. He's like, you should be a family about what Punk said to my dad. He was like, and before and after Mania, Punk is fair game, but at Mania, he's mine. Like, all right, cool. We get a vignette where Liv says she wanted what happened to Finn to happen since she joined Judgment Day in the very beginning. Which is funny because I vaguely remember Finn Balor having Liv's hotel key, but we'll get to that later.
You're not supposed to remember that. It happened more than 2 weeks ago.
It happened like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but you're not supposed to remember that. You're only supposed to have the recall of Goldfish.
Right. She says she knows when he's lying or scheming, and she's basically you're saying you've been dating this guy for a while. Anyways, but she's thrilled for whatever reason, because she's Liv. Backstage, the Usos are talking with The Usos are talking with Roman. Roman's like, I don't care if I'm being called a part-timer. I'm a full-time father. That's my legacy. And Jay's like, well, I want an apology, and I hated every bit of this because we're building right back up to the fucking bloodline again, and like,
yeah,
I will, guys. I'm not kidding you. I will stop watching WWE outside of my yearly Raw and WrestleManias, or not Raw and WrestleManias, Royal Rumble and WrestleManias.
Rumbles, yep.
If this happens again.
Yep, don't want to see it.
I don't care.
Not at all.
Match 2, Women's Intercontinental Championship match, AJ Lee versus Bayley. About towards the end of the match, Bayley hits a Bayley to belly at some point, and then I don't remember what caused it, but she lost her shit and they started fighting each other because she went into her crazy mode. AJ hits
because AJ kicked out of the Bayley to belly.
AJ hits a beautiful shining wizard. It's one of my favorite wrestling moves, and like almost no one does it.
It used to be everybody did it.
Right.
So it comes and it goes. It ebbs and it flows.
She goes for a widow submission. Bayley reverses it, but then Bayley goes for an elbow drop. AJ Lee moves, and then AJ locks in the Black Widow submission, and Bayley submits. This match, while it was not a bad match by any means, I just didn't have any interest. I didn't care.
It was a very good ladies TV match.
Yeah.
These two actually had pretty decent chemistry, which isn't surprising. They're pretty friendly. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Just there was nothing
at stake.
There
really.
was no way Bayley was winning, so it really didn't have any weight to it. There was,
Right. Backstage, McDonough is talking to Pierce. He's mad that Dom doesn't have the IC title match, and Pierce is like, he's injured. I can't help that. Like, at which point Penta shows up, says nothing for a really long time, which confused me. And then he said
he just did his little Sierra Miero.
And then he said, at least he didn't say it this time. And then he said thank you to Pierce, and then he dance walked off. And then JD continued to argue with Pierce.
Yep. And then commercial break.
And then we got a commercial break. And then we came back from the break, and apparently AJ was walking down the ramp and got jumped by Becky Lynch. One of the first confusing moments production-wise. I don't know why we didn't do this after the fucking match. Like...
Yeah, so you're telling me AJ waited around for like 5 minutes to go through the backstage segment and then the commercial break to then walk back to the back to get jumped.
Yeah.
Idiotic.
It was no sense to me.
No sense.
The only excuse I can plausibly see is if she was saying something on the mic during the commercial break like they tend to do. Because sometimes they'll do things out in the ring. So she might have grabbed a mic to say something. But I don't...
But they didn't show that.
Yeah, we don't know that. Unless we're watching the...
And if it happened during the commercial, they could have just during the commercial, this is what happened, and they could have just played the tape back instead of waiting for it to be live again and then it happening.
Right. Next match is the Intercontinental Championship match, which I'm guessing is being set up as an open challenge without technically being an open challenge. But before the match happens, Penta grabs the mic and he's like, look, I told Pierce I want to be a fighting champion. And I told him to pick anybody because I'm ready. He said something in Spanish that I'm pretty sure towards the end translated to I'm Penta and I have zero fear, because that's what Cero Miedo means. And then Dragon Lee comes out, and I got excited because like, ooh, another lucha match.
You were right. It was another lucha mask as well.
And I was actually excited for this because I was like, hey, I think these are two of the better luchadors in wrestling, period, let alone in WWE.
I've been saying that Dragon Lee is their brother, but he's actually Rush and Dralistico's brother.
I looked it up because I was also confused because I was like, are they related? Yeah, but I looked it up today as well. It's Rush and Dralistico.
Which is still awesome.
Which is still a great family to fucking...
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And then it made sense because I remember him being a part of La Faction, whatever the fuck it is.
Ingobernables.
A long ass time ago. Before, like, when he was on the cusp of deciding where he was going to go.
Yeah, because he had a cup of coffee in AEW. He wrestled some dates with them before he decided to go to WWE.
So here's the second weird production decision. So Penta does his speech, Dragon Lee comes out, and they almost run through most of Dragon Lee's entrance and then go to commercial break. And we actually came back from commercial break mid-match.
Yeah, they were wrestling already.
And I was like, the fuck are we doing?
Hey man, gotta get those commercials in. Sell.
At some point during the match, Dragon Lee hits a Styles Clash, so I guess it's his move now.
AJ's not there to do it. It's an homage to him.
Right. Penta hits the Penta Driver. Should have won. Again, should be his finishing move. It's not.
Oh, dude! In between all that, there was a awesome super kick spot from Penta to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee sold it like a champ.
Yeah, I didn't actually probably see that. I saw the
Oh, dude, he super kicked the shit out of him.
I saw a bunch of the dives though, which were really good.
Yeah, they both hit dives on each other.
But
Yeah,
oh,
look at the super kick spot. It was a good spot.
and then there's this
Kicked the
part
shit out of him.
where Penta gets knocked out of the ring. He goes and he's like sitting on the announce table, and Dragon Lee runs and dives through the ropes into him while he's on the announce table, and wipes him out. And the only thing I hated about this whole spot was the ref leaning under the top rope and lifting up for. But she's pretending like she's talking and trying to say something out to Penta, who's sitting out there, but she's very clearly lifting up the rope so that Dragon Lee has more space to dive
And get
through
through,
it.
yeah, so he can get through there and not get hung up.
And I was like, listen, I admire the safety aspect, but it looks really bad. He might as well have just dove over the fucking top. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Was not hidden very well.
No. So anyways, Penta ends up hitting the Destroyer and wins.
Yeah, pretty much. Very good match.
Great match
of the
This
night.
is my match of the night.
Indeed.
And then we get a backstage segment. My favorite segment. Oh, no, it's not. It's not what I thought it was. My bad. Backstage segment, the Vision are talking, and they want to take out Seth. And Heyman's like, no, that's the worst idea. He says, we have no more
We have no
leverage. He's like, we have no power. We have no leverage. He's like, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the Usos tag titles, and then we can use those tag titles to get you guys the singles titles. And then we'll have leverage to do the things that we need to do. And Logan's like, all right, we're going to take care of the titles. And he tapped Paul Heyman's back, and Heyman sold the pain from the chair shot. Pretty good.
Oh, Paul.
Match 4 is my stinker of the night. Maxine Dupree and Natty. Again, apparently, for some reason. I don't know why this exists. Some things happen. Maxine taps out to the sharpshooter. We move on. I hated it.
So there was
Oh, yeah, you're right, because...
there was 5 matches. I wasn't tripping.
Oh, did I write... Oh, I wrote match 4 twice. That is my bad.
Oh, dude. I'm like, I know there's another match in there. Yeah, the Natty match was...
No, we're right.
Natty,
We're right. There's only 4 matches. That match didn't exist. We're moving on.
Natty won with the sharpshooter. Like she should have.
The second best...
They can stop this now.
The second best sharpshooter we've seen this in the last 3 days.
I think it was better.
Nah, Darby's was way better than
Darby's.
hers.
Dude, she actually had a high angle and was torquing it, so...
No, she did not. She was sitting
Yeah,
down.
she did. She,
like a normal
she had
human being.
lifted O-Girl's legs up and was, like, holding them and yanking back.
I've pulled your legs back further than that. Come on now. That sounded really gay.
That was dirty, man. That was very dirty.
We backyard wrestled, guys. But feel free to make all of the fanfic you want. We get this. Okay, listen. So last week on Dynamite, Tony tried to do one of the dumbest things I'd ever seen on a Dynamite, and he tried to hold this like press conference thing that did not work out very well. It was
Oh, the MJF and Hangman press conference thing that was awful.
It was terrible. Worst thing they've ever done. This is the second worst thing I've seen done in wrestling in a very long time. So, Randy Orton, it was supposed to have an interview apparently over the fucking big screen.
Yeah,
and
it was awful.
And they go to talk to him, and he like holds his finger up, and he's talking to somebody on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, of course, everybody saw what I did on SmackDown." Guess what? I didn't, because I didn't watch SmackDown. Fuck you, Randy.
Also, I don't care about this fucking match.
No, I don't either. I love Orton, by the way. That's not a. I'm just being an ass.
I love 2009 Randy Orton.
I think we're about to get that. That's what we're working
No,
towards.
you can't have 2009 Randy Orton because that was almost 20 fucking years ago. Okay.
But then he finally gets off the phone. He's like, "Look, I know I promised you'd get an interview, but you're not getting an interview. But I am going to talk." And I was like, "Well, that's being a dick." He was like, "I had a convo with somebody who had a brain, and they were like, he reminded me, I'm a killer." He's like, and also, by the way, wrestling has more than one royal family. And I'm like, "Ooh, good job. You took Cody Rhodes' song and you flipped it. Creative."
Yeah, nobody's done that before.
Now we get to my favorite segment of the entire show. Backstage, Javon Evans approaches Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee is selling the whole losing thing. And he's like, I feel like he's about to try and talk Dragon Lee into like going for the tag titles, but with him this time. That's what it sounded like he was going for.
Javon Evans just starts grabbing Dragon Lee and yanking him around, and Dragon Lee's like, "Hey, motherfucker! I just did a match. I'm trying to sell here."
Kofi shows up, and he's like, Javon, if you want to get to the top, because he's like, I guess last week he like tried to invite Javon to join.
Yeah, he's trying to recruit him.
I didn't watch Raw last week, so I wasn't sure, but that I was at least able to pick up on context clues because you know what? I don't need a video package for everything that I fucking watch. Sorry.
It's nice that I was out of the continental United States and I watched more Raw than you did.
That's true. I also didn't watch Collision either, but that was more because of other things I had planned.
You didn't miss much but one match, and you got to see most of that on Twitter, so you did all right.
So Kofi shows up. He's like, look, to get to the top, you need to be with some people that are going to prop you up. But there are some people that are known for that are dragging you down. Dragon Lee, dragging you because he thinks he's funny.
Dragging you down.
At which point Danhausen shows up, and I was like, oh, thank God he just saved this for me.
You're looking for new members of the New Day.
He's like, yeah, you're looking. Kofi's like, no. and he's like, but I can do this and this and this. And Kofi's like, no. And then Danhausen's like, fine. Then I've got 3 words for you. And he starts to do this "you are cursed" thing. But Kofi
and
grabs
fucking
he grabs Grayson Waller and puts him in front of him so he can get cursed. And what makes this great, even more so than it already is, Danhausen disappears, and then Grayson Waller tries to escape from his newly cursed shirt because he thinks it's just the shirt that got cursed. So he's like hurrying up to get out of his clothes because like, no, it's gonna get on me. Dude, had me fucking rolling.
I still think they need to do something other than just these backstage segments because these are going to get old quick if they don't do something with Danhausen.
Right.
Let him wrestle. He needs to wrestle at least a little bit.
Match 5, our main event, as far as matches go. We get Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez. And it's a fine match. I didn't dislike it.
Their other match was way better.
Liv starts to get involved. EO's music hits because she's going to come out and, she needs a new friend.
She came out to get dropped on her fucking head.
And she got the, Sisters of Sin treatment. She came out to do some shit and then got wrecked.
Yeah, Raquel punted her over the announce table.
Pounced her.
And she slid off and landed right on the back of her head.
Yeah, she did. And then shortly right after that, Liv got tossed over the timekeeper wall into the table.
Yeah, the timekeeper's area.
Thank God, because, dude, listen, Liv annoyed me this entire fucking match, dude.
I'm so over Liv, dude. I am so fucking over her.
Hear me out. Liv is very talented. She's a good wrestler. And honestly, she can do some good character work. But the one thing I am most tired of, because I've been dealing with it for 30 fucking years as a wrestling fan, are annoying heels. Like, there are so much
you're
better...
annoying just to get heat, and it's terrible heat.
There are so much better things you can do
to get heat, yes.
To get heat than be the next Vicky Guerrero, okay?
Ugh.
Like... I'm like, just it's so stupid, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I'm just tired of Liv. I want her to go away again.
Please have a kayfabe injury and be written off of TV for whatever fucking reason you need to be off of TV.
Long enough to get repackaged into something else.
Although I do think she is going to be the next person to eventually get kicked out of Judgment Day.
Well, who's left? It's just her, Raquel, and fucking JD.
And the person that's going to be the reason she gets kicked out, Roxanne Perez.
Because Roxanne's hurt right now.
Yeah. But no. So after all that happens, Now that I'm done bitching about Liv. Raquel goes for the Tejana Bomb. Vaquero reverses it into a pretty cool little roll up. And gets a pin. Gets a win. Backstage, Bayley is slowly driving Lyra more nuts than Bayley is.
I want to see you at WrestleMania. I want to see you at WrestleMania.
Lyra says that they'll get to WrestleMania together, and then Asuka and Kairi came up, and I forgot that they weren't the tag champs anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this match. And then I remembered who the tag team champs were.
We're gonna get a 4-way for the tag titles.
Well, we probably need it because one of the fucking 4 people suck.
And the other one is Lash Legend.
And the other one is Lash Legend, who's carrying that team. So,
poor Nia. I'm sure she's a wonderful human being.
I don't
but
care.
She just shouldn't wrestle.
Look, I know I would be a bad wrestler. That's why I chose not to do it. So anyways, now that I've done all my shit talking, Lyra says they'll get to WrestleMania together. Asuka, Kairi show up, said a bunch of things that I don't remember, but something along the lines of they're going to go for the tag titles, I guess. And then Lyra's like, oh, we should go talk to Pearce. And thank God that's off screen. Because, like, if they'd have walked 3 steps to another fucking door, I was done.
Yeah, like the other week. Yeah, Asuka was saying that Bayley and them cost her an opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship because she would have beat AJ Lee tonight if Bayley wouldn't have got the opportunity before her.
Right. Backstage, LA Knight runs into the Usos, and he's like, basically like, hey, I don't like this idea of you guys talking to Roman. We're cool, and I love you guys, and we all have this same problem with division. He's like,
but we can't do this bloodline.
But we can't do this, and I've never related to LA Knight more in my life, guys.
Right? Very true. Very true. I'm just glad somebody else said it out loud.
Jimmy daps him up, and Jay's like, fuck you.
Yeah, which is weird because they were just pals the other week.
And then he yahed in Jay's face and left. As he should. We get an in-ring. Okay. Okay. Roman comes out. And listen, another strange production decision, but it's the best one they did all night. We come back from commercial break, and he's already in the ring. Thank you for sparing me the 5-minute walk to the ring. But you know what? They didn't spare us the 5-minute walk to the ring because then they turned around and told Punk, hey, take double the time it fucking takes you to get down to the ring. Because
he had a weird energy about him tonight.
We used the whole commercial break for Roman anyways. So you know what? You've got time to go out there and fucking river dance on the goddamn table and fucking...
He was very springy. Punk was very springy tonight.
So before all that even happens, though, Roman comes out and he's like, oh, you already know who runs the show. I'm in the beginning, the middle, and the end. And guess what? You weren't in the beginning of the show, motherfucker. You were like the 3rd segment, okay?
Yeah, this weird pissing match where one's more important than the other is getting old.
And then he calls Punk out. Punk takes, 30 minutes. I would have rather watched fucking Obafemi walk out again.
No, he did take about 3 minutes because it almost played through the entire Cult of Personality song.
He finally gets in the ring, and he's like, and he's basically like, look, you call me by my government name like it's supposed to offend me, but guess what? The only people that call me by my government name are my friends and family. Then it did offend you.
Which did offend you, you stupid fuck? Yeah, I picked up on that too.
And then he's like, I would call you Joe. He's like, I'd call you by your government name, but it'd be like Ukataka or whatever the fuck he said. He's like,
which was racist as shit.
Yeah, he's like, which I can't pronounce. He's like, and I'm definitely not going to call you Joe because his actual name is Joe Anawai.
Yeah, I know. And he knows that too.
And he's like, and I'm not going to call you Joe because that's a disgrace to another Samoan who's like, who I love very dearly.
Another Samoan named Joe who I love very dearly.
And I was like,
was the best line of this entire segment.
And it's all downhill from here. So I was excited. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to get into some shit. And like Roman says some stuff that he pretty much already said in a backstage segment already. And
yeah,
and he's like, I'm the man around here, and yeah, part-time this and that and all these other things. And then he's like, goes to leave, and then Punk gets in his way. And then he tries to walk around him, and Punk gets out the ring to pretty much show that he's not going to get around him and without having this conversation.
He's like, "You're on my time, young boy. You're gonna get your ass back in the ring." That part wasn't bad.
And I got excited here because I was like, "Oh, this is because last time this happened, this is when some shit popped off." So I was like, "Let's go." And then like they get into the ring, Punk's like, "Look, I'll tell you when you can leave." He says a few other things that I don't remember, and I didn't apparently feel like it was worth writing down.
It's just I'm in your head.
Yeah,
that was it. You're not in my head. I'm in your head.
He's like, I'm in your head. And then Roman says some things and ends it with, "You're old." And that's why Punk hits him.
Yeah, it's weird. It was a choice.
And I'm like,
it was a choice.
I'm like, you just hit. Listen, first off, it was a bait back and forth to see who was going to hit who first, was all that was supposed to be, because they want to fight each other.
Roman has looked like a bitch. He has been insulted. His family's been insulted. And the only motherfuckers who's hit Punk is the Usos.
Right. And then but then this happens. He calls Punk old. At that point, Punk loses his shit and hits him with the mic. Everyone runs out to stop whatever oncoming fight is happening. They
both look like a bunch of bitches.
Roman's laughing, and I'm like, this is the first time we've come out of this, and I thought Punk actually looked bad. I
don't think he looked bad. I think they both looked.
No.
If anything, I think they both looked bad.
I think Roman looked way better at the end of this. He was laughing at him. He's like, "Look, I finally got to you, you stupid fuck." But
yeah, and he's like, "Who's in whose head?" I agree. The line that he said that wasn't on a microphone, that was just into the camera, was pretty good. Like, "Who's in whose head? I'm in your head." Blah 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 blah.
But
Punk did look stupid. But Punk is the aggressor here. He's at least doing something.
Getting mad at being called old. That's a great job doing something. My problem with this whole thing.
Old. I take exception to that by little young whippersnappers, okay?
Listen, I don't, because we are old. He's older, so he's ancient.
He's not that much older.
The problem is, and this isn't just a problem with what happened tonight, they blew their loads early in this whole thing.
Yeah, they did.
You're said
absolutely right.
All of the most offensive and fucked up things that should be the actual last things said leading into the fucking WrestleMania show.
Like we were talking, I don't remember if we were on one of the other podcasts or not, but it's going to take Roman talking about Larry and he mentioned AJ tonight in regards to being a part-timer. And that's another part where I'm like, ooh, we're gonna get Roman talking about some personal shit now.
I don't think he talked to AJ as far as about being a part-timer. If I remember correctly, it was about basically being the better of the two of them.
I thought he mentioned being a part-timer, and he's like, your old lady's got it figured out.
But no, I hated this whole segment, dude. And like I said, my face the entire time was the Will Ospreay face that I sent you. I was just like, what are we doing?
Just standing there with your boo-boo face on.
I was so excited for this. But if this is how the rest of this build is going to go, it's just going to keep diminishing.
Like you said, they peaked too early.
It's going to make me not even look for... I'm already not looking forward to the actual match itself. But if this is going to keep...
So the only thing that can happen next is an actual pull apart.
Yeah.
And then the week before, an actual fight where they fight around the ring and stuff.
But you know what? And we're already way too far gone. You guys better as well make this a Texas death match. I'm absolutely kidding.
No.
But I wouldn't mind
Texas death match.
No, because it would just be a couple trash can lids and a kendo stick. I'd rather have a cage match. Because at least those, somebody usually accidentally gets busted open.
Punk's not afraid to bleed, so...
No, he's also not afraid to whack somebody else with a fucking toolbox.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
But no,
That was the dog collar match, right?
No, that was the cage match with Drew.
McIntyre?
And he didn't do it on purpose. He went to do the hit where he lifts it over his head to hit him, and he accidentally legit thwacked fucking Drew and busted him open.
Yeah, and he bled super big.
Oh yeah, he
super
did.
Big.
The last time I seen somebody bleed that bad was Edge, his last match.
Yeah, it was a big old crimson mask.
And they stopped that match. So anyways, yeah, this was a stinker way to end what was an otherwise really good show.
Yeah, it was fine for a Raw. They actually, you could tell they were actually trying to build some stuff.
Yeah. I really, you know what? If these guys don't talk to each other again until this is the Monday before Mania, I would almost be okay with that.
They'd probably be better off for it.
I
don't know what you do with these two for another, what is it, like 6 weeks?
I think what you do for the next few weeks is every week you get a different Anoa'i to come out and fight Punk. Because he did open up the doors like, hey, if you want to fuck with him before or after, Mania, that's fine.
But I get it.
Actual Mania, he's
but I don't want to see a bunch of
the Usos already did it.
Try to fight him.
We can get
Solo.
We can get Solo to come out one week and catch him off
No,
guard.
that means we'd have to see the fucking MFTs.
Listen,
dude.
At least it makes sense story wise. Okay, maybe sometime we get like Tonga, whichever one it is, that's like to come out and do some shit.
Tangaloa?
I don't know. Sintala. You know what? Then we can get JC Mateo out there. I mean, he's not actually family, but he's the coolest one out of all of them. So
he's the only worker out of fucking all of them.
Mateo can pretend to be the part of the family.
I mean, he's Samoan-ish.
I wouldn't mind watching him do the tour of the islands to Punk. That's a fun move.
His little power slam thing.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't know what they do.
God, what a waste! Fucking Jeff Cobb is just wasting away.
He could be over in AEW and be teamed up with Mark Davis. Listen, that's where I was going. I was gonna say it could be him, Mark Davis, and Jake something when Jake something comes back.
He would totally be a Don Callis guy too. That's so crazy.
Yeah, he would. I'm glad you knew where I was going though, because like that's.
Well, I mean, where else do you go, right? But he would be at least having bangers.
You're either in the Don Callis family or on Ring of Honor at this point. There's no in middle. There's no in the middle.
Right, he'd either be with Roosh in La Faction Ingobernables on ROH or a Don Callis person.
He's not in any way Hispanic enough to be on that fucking group. Have they?
It doesn't matter. Fucking Naito was in fucking
was he?
LF. Yeah.
Listen, I only know the iterations that had Andrade, the guys that are in it now, and Sammy. But
Sammy. But yeah,
at least
that was Raw. It was okay.
It was a good show until the end. Like I said, I was enjoying it. I was legit enjoying the show. Okay, there was like that one match that I forgot existed. But
and Natty and Maxine, which you should forget. They should move on from this now. Natty needs something else to chew on.
Okay, and listen, I love aggressive Natty, but she needs to tone it down a hair.
Yeah, she's getting campy because she's doing too much.
Like when she won the match and she got into the ref's face and was doing it in a way where she was like trying to flex and like bump her chest out at him to do it. I was like, okay, that's a little more than what needs to be done. Like
she was talking and saying weird campy things.
Like what you do is you have your arm lifted up, you look at the ref, you yank your fucking arm away and you walk the fuck out. Like that's more along the lines of what I expect. Like don't square up with the ref. That's
or you
stupid.
Do that and then you like flinch at him and something like that.
No, she'd have to be like 4 feet taller for the flinch. Just yank your arm away and walk away.
That referee wasn't that big.
He was at least 1.5 feet taller than she was.
Well, he's a grown-ass man, and she's a woman.
A grown-ass woman. She's just...
Yeah, but she's still just a woman.
That ain't an excuse.
She's not Raquel.
I was going to say, I've seen some big women, but that's what I'm saying. She's small. Like, flexing at somebody when you're small is comical. It's the same reason I would throw footballs at kids' heads, okay? Like...
Well, those little bastards had it coming.
That little bastard. He's the only one.
Yeah, that one in particular. He was a jerk, people.
We were also kids, by the way. We weren't kids.
Yeah, let's say we're not grown-ass people beating up on children. We were also children at the time.
They were
an inside joke between the two of us.
But no, it was a decent show.
Now all I see is that kid getting hit with a football and then swerving and hitting the curb and falling
Listen,
off his bike.
I could not have thrown that football any better. Like, that was perfect.
You were so pissed off.
I locked
You
in.
did.
Went Peyton Manning.
You did.
Fucking nailed him.
Yep.
It's great.
And the little swivel of the handlebar, and then he hit the little curb and fell off. It was literally what you see on like TV shows.
I have never thrown a football more accurately. It was good. It made me feel good about myself too, which is really bad.
Confidence builder.
Anyways, good show. The end could have been better. It's really hard to follow an AEW pay-per-view as a viewer. Because listen, were these matches good? Yes. Did I feel like I was watching everything in slow motion? Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. Their lucha people move so much slower than the CMLL guys.
These matches were fine. I wouldn't even say that. The Penta match was good. Was a good TV match. Everything else was just fine. But they were actually trying to put on a good show. You could tell the effort was there.
All right, guys. With that being said, we will be back for Dynamite. Oh,
Dynamite.
While you were on your vacation, I went on my internet wrestling community villain arc.
So, just a day that ends in Y for you?
Oh, no, I went full villain, dude. I was going off on the entire wrestling community. It didn't matter if you were an AEW fan or a WWE fan. I was mad.
Oh, I know. I follow you on Twitter. Speaking of, the Twitter conversations we had today with certain gamers was irritating the fuck out of me.
Oh, the Fight Forever guy, it was just one guy. It wasn't even gamers. It was one guy. And he was like...
Well, yeah, it was three people tagged in a post with one guy responding to just idiot comments. Like, he was not picking up what anybody was putting down, and
he was like, my problem with Fight Forever, the matches are too short. And I hate that excuse because matches are only as short as you want them to be.
Yeah. And he was not getting that.
And I was trying to explain to him, the matches can be short on AKI games because he was like, oh, you felt like you had a full match. No. I never felt like I had a full match because I was able to beat motherfuckers on Expert in under 2 minutes. We constantly were winning Expert tag team matches in 3 minutes and under with no problem. Like, if you're having a match at under 5 minutes and you're mad because you didn't hit your finishers, that's on you.
Yeah, either get good or shut up. And guess what? I didn't need the match to be 10 minutes long because you know what I did? I just went and played another fucking match.
Yes. And that's the big thing. That is, guys, I cannot wait for Joe to get like 4 more days of this fucking game under his belt so we can both bitch about 2K26 in a video together. Like,
I've already got so many things to complain about. So, yeah, I'll save it. Because I've been thinking about it today.
Oh, there's so much. So much.
So much. What a convoluted game.
Absolutely. So anyways, with that being said, we love you guys. We'll see you for Dynamite Wednesday. Thursday morning, I guess, technically. Deuces!
Oh, yeah. Later.